Okay, that's the burner.
Set your burner up. Keep the gas line pointing in the same direction your bottle is. That way you don't have no loops in it and you don't get tangled up in it.
Always set it up on a level surface.
Yep. Everything's set up on a level as possible surface. Won't get lighter wet. Better. Adjust it till you get a moderately nice blue flame.
Okay, perfect. Before you even set it on there.
Yeah, that way you can see it.
Okay, perfect.
Set your still up. The sight glass faces you. Sight glass and drain.
Okay, the sight glass and drain.
Sight glass, drain, and a pressure relief valve. At any time it gets 2 pounds, it'll start blowing off steam. If you have problems with blowing off steam, pressure relief, you have a problem someplace. You're either running it too hard, too hot, or something's plugged up. Shut it down, wait for it to cool down before you do anything. Everything's under pressure at that time. You will get burnt if you take anything apart. Take your condenser and set it up. Comes with 4 adjusting feet. If it's not real level, you can turn them to where it don't wobble around on you. In 24 and 18-inch hose. Hook the two together. All this stuff will already come pre-tested, so you're going to find that it's got plant material in it someplace. Hook the point. Doesn't make any difference. One end on the still, and the other end on the oil or the condenser. You want that to come straight into it. Take your oil separator, slide it underneath so that that's just underneath the water and oil outlet on your condenser.
Okay, what are we throwing on there?
Little hose to make sure that the oil and water get down into the oil separator so it don't splash around. If it gets to splashing, you start getting more water out with your oil, especially if you're running a real shallow oil layer. Set your little stand on the oil separator and the cup under it. Make sure this is pushed down all the way. That's the adjustment for your oil level. You'll find that when you raise this up and down, the oil level will go up and down inside here. And that's what determines how much oil you got in your oil separator. Bucket under the hydrosol outlet. Okay. Make sure this is turned off. This is your cold water in for cooling the condenser. See, you want to fill the condenser to the bottom of this hole.
Show us that hole again.
Right here. That's your hot water outlet.
Okay, you shut it off right at the
That's
overflow valve.
Hot water outlet.
Hot water outlet comes down the side. All right. Perfect.
You can pre-fill the oil separator with water. So you get water coming out here, running into your bucket. Once that's full, then you go ahead and fill the still. Make sure that's pushed down all the way. Still up with water. There'll be a high mark on it, and behind your sight glass, which is about right here. That's 5 gallons of water. Once you've got everything full, hook your hose up to the bottom of the condenser coil. Leave this off for right now.
Which valve? That one right there. What's that valve called?
This is your water flow control for how you're going to cool your condenser. The more that's open, the more water comes out. Take you a bucket and set underneath the outlet. You're going to use that water if you're going to run your still for very long. Use it to pour back in the still so you got hot water in it instead of putting cold water back in. Okay, now.
Hey, I've seen it.
Light your burner. Turn it up where you got a moderately large flame. Takes about 15 to 20 minutes to heat up 5 gallons of water. To this mark right here, there's 5 gallons of water.
5 gallons of water, perfect. Okay, now what are you doing here?
Putting plant material in the basket.
Now you can put anything in here that you want to extract oil from.
Pine, fir, cedar, anything that has an oil in it.
And what are we using today?
Lavender buds.
Lavender buds, excellent.
If you're using something that's got a lot of stems in it, you'll have to gently pack it down. Yeah, all varies depending upon what you put in it. If you put plant material in with a lot of stems, you're not going to get a whole lot in it. It holds about 14 pounds dry weight and about 27 pounds green weight in each one of the baskets. Each one of these baskets takes about 40 minutes to run. So your first basket you'll put in and you'll run it for 40 minutes. You're not going to get any oil out of it in your collector cup. Because all you're doing is filling your oil separator. Oil separator's been filled, then you adjust it and that's getting your oil out of it.
And how, so that's why you start with your oil separator at its lowest setting there?
Yeah.
And then you wait till your first setting of oil comes out, and that's when you can start adjusting to how much oil
Yeah.
you're removing.
After you run it for a while, you get more in tune with it where you can cut it a little closer. But when you first start with it, it's best to just go ahead and push it all the way down. It makes it a lot easier to adjust because you can reclaim all your oil that's in there. You put your finger over it and it'll flood the oil separator with water. And you'll just have to take your water and separate it from the oil in your cup. Here we are in Sunnyvale, Oregon. 20 minutes later. Go ahead and drop your basket in. Wipe the top off, make sure there's no bits and pieces left over. Close your lid. Tighten these down to where it's just snug, not real tight. Now that you got your basket in, you want to turn the heat down just where you got a medium to low fire. And it takes about 5 minutes for this to heat up and get the steam to start going through it. It's already...
So once you get it to boil, you can turn it down and just keep it at a simmer so it just keeps nice, good steam flowing through.
It's starting to work.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't turn it down.
so we've already got some water coming out.
You to adjust it. You raise this up just a little bit and you watch as your oil and water come out of here, it'll start piling the oil up inside. Your little oil layer get deeper and deeper. You want to get it to where it's just right at the edge of that little lip.
Keep your eye on the cup when it happens. When he gets it tight, the height just right, well then the oil will start separating from the water. There it is. Okay.
When you get it set just right, you'll start getting your oil running into your cup. You will get a little bit of water from the first setup until it gets clean. And until you get used to setting it up, you're definitely going to get some water.
A lot of water, hydrosol, compared to the oil that you get.
And the hydrosol, what can you do with that when it's...
What do you do with it? Make soaps, put it in a spray bottle and spray it on your clothes, curtains, bedspread, anything you want to smell like whatever you're running.
It's distilled water. It has a lavender essence to it.
Okay. The essence of whatever oil is already in your hydrosol compared to the pure oil which you're getting out of here.
Yeah. Later on in a while, your condenser will start getting too warm to cool things. Turn it on just to where you get water coming out of it. Just want a little steady stream, not a lot. And it'll keep enough cold water going in the bottom to keep pushing the water up. It'll be hot down to about halfway. After it runs for a while, if it doesn't cool down to up about in here, you need to put some more cold water in it. And if you do get it too hot down here, you make a great big mess. What you end up with is blowing steam out of it, blows all your oil out. You have nothing because it vaporizes the oil, never cooled it down. This has got to stay cool, otherwise your oil will never condense back into a liquid again. We're up in here now.
You can see the bubbles coming off the pipe.
You do not want to put your hands in that water.
No, it looks very, very hot.
couple of points of interest. Don't grab the hose going to the condenser.
That's this hose here.
This is hot. This will all burn you. This will burn you. And this is hot down to about right here. It's about 4 inches of hot water in there.
It can be hot all the way to the bottom.
It will get hot all the way to the bottom as time goes on if you don't have enough water going through it.
And that's why we have the bucket with the constant flow.
If you use that water as the water goes away in the still, take that and pour
To
it.
replace the water in there.
Pour it back in here to bring you back up to your 5-gallon mark. Since it's already been heated once, you don't have to wait so long for it to heat up.
Got a good amount of oil in here.
Go ahead and shut your fire off, turn the bottle off. Let this thing cool down for just a few seconds, a minute or so. You will get burned if you try to open it too soon. And you don't have to shut it down when you're going to change baskets, but turn your heat down on it just a little bit. Oof. You want to wear a nice heavy pair of gloves. You'll find that if you have something very thin, first time you do this, you're going to get burned because the steam will condense and turn to hot water, soak in your gloves, and it's got you. Take your hook it in the holes, pull your basket out.
Wait. Put the water in.
Yeah.
Okay, stand back here, Drew. He's gonna be moving some hot water.
Your bottom fell off.
Now we're replacing the water because it's gotten low. So they're gonna replace all the water that's come off here.
The water that's come from the condenser for cooling it. Pour that in. It's already hot. Go ahead and fill it back up to your 5-gallon mark.
About there.
Drop your next basket in. This is where you, more than anything, where you need to wipe the top off because everything that goes in it will stick when it blows out. Close the lid. Tighten it all back up, and in just a few minutes, you'll be back to making oil again.